Alright. So, I am now recording. This... How do I... I'll preface this. I guess I'm gonna start by saying this. This is not because I have a high-end PC. Alright. I have a decent, I would say, PC. I don't get frames like this. That's just that's just how it is. This is running through GeForce Now, but I wanted to show off kind of what this game could potentially look like. Got a boss right here, so. She is not easy. Now I'm running on basically like ultra settings with GeForce Now with ray tracing. Now it's probably just I'm simply not like noticing a big difference between this and what my computer was doing. Aside from obvious frame rate, which I'm clearly getting 60 according to my Xbox game log. So I have Spectrum internet. Basically, it's as fast as it gets. You got their like one of their highest plans. But I keep getting my... I had this thing beat once. I had her beat once. I didn't heal before the next guy came. This is hard. This is not easy. These cyber psychos are very, very difficult.
Where are you? Where?
I'm actually going to save it again. Very, very difficult, but... This is what the game looked. I just wanted to show off what the game could potentially look like. I'll even show off some of my graphic settings here. Basic, I got this off. I don't fuck with this. I'm gonna max that out though. High, ultra, you see. Ray tracing's on. Ray trace lighting. I don't even know what that is. I'm not too sure what these last two options are. So I'm basically just gonna leave them alone. I got it. I'm not in 4K. I could try it though.
Running Joker now.
No. Okay, this doesn't do 4K. Alright, that's okay. It doesn't matter. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really need it in 4K. I'm not entirely sure what this option is. We don't want this. We'll put the maximum at like 120. So I just wanted to show that off. I'm only running an Intel i7 2600 GTX 1660 or 1650, one of the two. I can't remember which one now. I got a solid state drive and I got plenty of RAM, but it'd be nice if I could sneak up behind her. fast for that.
Fuck off!
I thought. See, she is way too fast. She's way too fast, she hits way too hard, and I'm having an actual issue beating her. I just had her once. I literally had this chick beat. And then I got fucking owned by some random nobody.
I can smell you. I know you here. Ah!
I'll go at it with my sword.
Huh?
Oh shit.
Help!
Yes.
Help!
Alright. Sword fight it is. That's what it took. It literally took fighting this chick with a sword. My super shotgun just wasn't doing it. Just a straight up sword fight, and I'm not gonna kill her like I did the last Cyber Psycho the cops sent me after, because she didn't approve. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I don't know. For some reason, okay, there's one place as you can see. For some reason, I can't really tell the difference in this game between running at 60 frames per second and running at 30. I mean, to me, this looks, the frame rates look, it doesn't appear to be any faster to me. But I know, you know, obviously very, very little. I don't know, it just doesn't look any, it just doesn't look. God damn fucking thing! It just doesn't look much different. I mean, this looks to play the exact same way as without. Even the graphics don't even look much better. I'm recording, Fred. I'm not talking to you. I don't understand them. No, I can't actually record. Running it straight from Steam without massive frame rate drops. But because I'm using my internet to render the game and not my CPU, I can actually record gameplay footage without slowing the game down. Like I said, and I've put at least 15 hours into this game. And so far, I have gotten just completely lost in it. Like, this is the most immersion that I've experienced in a long time. I honestly think that this perspective, from a gameplay standpoint, is what they should use in the Sword Art Online games. All of them. It would have made that game feel as if you were really playing a virtual world. So, it definitely has a lot of Grand Theft Auto in it, but I think it outdoes Grand Theft Auto. It just doesn't look a whole lot different. Now, I could potentially even stream it like this, but that would be using a lot of internet. So, I thought I'm eating. I'm sorry. I thought I would make a YouTube video to give my honest thoughts, my honest feedbacks, and while I've obviously ran across a few bugs, I haven't came across anything game breaking. And it plays surprisingly well on my budget gaming PC. It just, like, I couldn't believe it. Now I have to keep it on low settings. To get the most out of it, but you know, and I paid $500 for this computer, for the parts in it. I wanted to spend more and get a really good computer, but the really good computers that I was looking at on, I think it was Newegg. There's a couple different sites. Like, they were all like on sale and cheap and affordable when I first started looking at gaming PCs. But by the time I actually got the money together, they went back up in price. I was like, well, no, or they were sold out. So I bought this out of a guy who builds custom computers down in Bay City. And it keeps surprising me. For as old as the hardware is, it keeps surprising me. Well, eventually I want to upgrade and get like a terabyte SSD, so I don't have to run both an SSD and a hard disk drive for all of the shit I have on here, guys. I have years and years and years of data stashed on these two from all my previous computers that I've owned. So, I mean, there's a lot. And I wouldn't. I also really want to get my hands on a super, high-end, maybe 500 watt power supply. Because I do have issues with all my peripherals. Need a big badass power supply. Processor, sadly, I don't think there's really any upgrade options. Considering the motherboard came out of an Optiplex, something or other, I couldn't tell you now. 790 maybe. But it's got a custom built case, and it's got some lights in it, and it looks kind of cool when it's black. I like it. But with a new power supply, I could potentially upgrade to, say, a 1660 Super. I don't think I can fit an RTX card. I honestly don't think the motherboard could handle it. But if anyone who watches this video knows something I don't, feel free to comment. I mean, I want to get the most out of this without having to just completely put a new motherboard in. But I mean, if I have to, I will. I just don't want to. Because with a new motherboard, I'd have to obviously buy the operating system all over again. That's the problem with fucking Windows 10. Or that's the problem with Windows. You know, it'll recognize, it'll basically think that my operating system was put in a new computer, and it's like, well, no, you only get one PC to use this on, and if you'll lose your license, you know, your licensing, if you try to use it in a different computer. So actually, it's the same computer. But you know, that is what it is. What it is. So I really would like to avoid that scenario, if you know what I mean. And I absolutely planned on spending my my tax refund on a PS5. I bought the PS4 Pro for its exclusives. I'm gonna do the same with the PlayStation 5, because I'm almost guaranteed it's gonna have exclusives that I want, especially if they come up with a new Final Fantasy for it, or Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. And that alone is gonna be more powerful than what I've got now. So I can essentially use my PS5 not only for the exclusives, but to play the games maybe that come out on both PC and PlayStation that I can't play on my PC, or that I can't play well. I can play Cyberpunk 2077 well enough where I'm not going to buy it twice. And obviously I've got GeForce Now.
Who are you? Doc?
I mean, I can't really say that it looks to me to be any playing any better than
Of course. Always has your finger
what
on
it
the
plays
pulse.
on Steam.
Hal Cantos, where is he?
But I know I'm
Not
getting
sure.
60 frames per second.
Probably downstairs somewhere. Told him to hide.
So, the girl.
Dad, I know. We're synced on the same net. You had no choice. Don't sweat it.
Okay, well, I can definitely tell character model. Definitely.
The hell
way better.
happened here?
How we're supposed to crack a BD? For
Like,
him?
she looks
And he did.
very, very detailed. This
At least
is
he
definitely
said so.
something that my computer.
But it all went sideways.
Okay, so I'm starting to now see
And
the
Annie
differences.
dove into it. Never heard her scream like that before. She snapped.
Like the sun glistening off her skin,
Well, you
off her
can guess
outfit,
the rest.
or the light. So, okay. I guarantee if I look at that exact same scene on my just my regular hardware, that I wouldn't see that. I guarantee it. So okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. Because here I'm like sitting here like, well, this doesn't look any better. I mean, but like I said, I honestly, to me, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, there's not much of a difference to me. I just don't have those technical eyes, you know. I mean, hell, I was playing fucking Quake back on my old MS-DOS when I was like, you know, 13. But I've almost always had a console. Whether that be the PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3.
Hal, you alive?
Shh, not so loud.
Oh.
Psycho, you deal with her?
Sure did. You can come out now.
Finally. Man, I thought I'd suffocate in there.
You know when you open your eyes in the morning and think, this is gonna be a shitty day? That nothing will go the way it should?
Fucking right.
Well, this was one of those days. Wished I just stayed in bed.
The other girl, the one upstairs. She's alive, but she's in a bad way, bleeding. Think you can put her back together?
I can't, but Regina'll send someone around. It'll all be okay.
Why'd that girl blow a fuse?
Why do people get cyberpsychosis? Who the fuck knows? Nobody's too keen on finding out.
Well,
I don't
that's my
mind
job done,
detective
then.
work.
Till next time.
Next time? I fucking hope not.
But this is the most fun I've had playing a video game since Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was a really nice game, a really fun game. I still have to beat it
about
yet.
you non-stop. Only good things, of
But
course.
it's
And
different
remember,
because
V, word gets around.
not
Closing
really
the game.
my style game. You know, neither was the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
What happened?
I mean, they were saying, you know, it combined a bunch of elements of,
One of the girls went.
you know, a bunch of different elements from a bunch of different games that I didn't care for, like Tomb Raider.
Say what now?
Well, Tomb Raider, dude. I'm not a Tomb Raider player. Okay, now I can see the difference. Just in holy shit, yeah. Damn. Like, wow. Okay, yeah. I guess I wasn't moving fast enough to really see that. Whoa! Hello. Wow. I mean, if you've got a mid-range, low-range PC, but you've got, you know, really good internet like I've got, absolutely get this with GeForce Now. It's an extra, obviously, $5.99 for like unlimited play. But I would absolutely recommend this over Stadia, because Stadia's got its own set of problems. This is playing, holy crap, I can really see how much smoother it is. How everything just kind of flows like a river. Oh, this is nice. And bear in mind that I'm not a mega fan of CDPR. Only game I've played of theirs is The Witcher 2. I thought it was really neat, really unique, really adult, really awesome. But it isn't what I would call my game of the year. As good as it was, I never played The Witcher 3. I don't really care to. You know, it's not a story or a world that I care about. You know, it's not something that I've read into, that I know all the lore for. It's just not, I just don't care. I had no idea this was based off of any tabletop game. I've never played it, never tried it. So I know nothing about Cyberpunk, the world, the characters, nothing. And I'm still getting lost in this. I mean, yeah, the world's kind of static. It's got its problems. AI is just, these people do not know how to drive. But this game is, all in all, 7 out of 10 for me. 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. Overall, now I would definitely give certain aspects, like the graphics quality, especially through GeForce Now, 10 out of 10. This looks fucking gorgeous when you actually can play it on hardware, you know, that's up to spec. And GeForce Now, dude, is a miracle drug. You know? It really does open up a whole new avenue for people who, you know, don't have good computers. But like I said, you pretty much gotta have the best internet, you know, on the market, wherever that is, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Like I said, where I'm at, we got, you know, cable internet, you know, they call it, goes through Charter, they call it Spectrum now, and I think it's like 400, I want to say maybe 400 meg internet. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's 400 meg. So bandwidth is just not an issue.
You're fucked now.
Actually, I'm not.
And him.
Oh, by the way, have I mentioned that? I don't even need to look down sight. I mean, this is a badass gun I just got. I'll have to show it off before I end this review. Now, CDPR absolutely fucked up. They fucked up bad. Because just as or GeForce Now. Just as my man here, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is saying, they knew, obviously, way ahead of time, that this game was not going to perform on the fucking consoles it was designed for fuck's sake. Okay? This was not designed for PlayStation 5. This was designed and created for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. So there is no fucking excuse in the world why it's basically unplayable on base console. There is no excuse. They knew this ahead of time. They had to have. Unless they literally, just like the folks over at fucking Activision, don't play their own game. No, they lied openly and knowingly. And what gets me is people are surprised. Like, why? Okay, CDPR may have done may have a lot of consumer friendly, you know, values and whatnot. It doesn't change the fact that they are still a corporation. Okay? The creed is greed. That goes for every single developer that has ever made a video game in the history of gaming. Okay? Their job is to make money. Now, some put that above making quality games, like Activision does now. Activision Blizzard used to care more about making a quality video game than they did about making money off of it, or maybe it was 50-50. Now they only care about making money, and they continue to just shovel out shit. And people, ignorant people, in my opinion, no offense, still give them their money. While, Activision Blizzard basically shovels out shit to people, and people just eat it up and go, oh, that's okay. That's fine. You're doing alright. Now, I have no doubt that developers, both at CDPR, Activision Blizzard, EA, they work their asses off to make the best game possible. Okay? I have no doubt of this. But the higher ups, they forced this game out early. Even after the delays, they forced it out early to meet those quarterly projections or whatever whatever it is. That's why, just look, the devs' bonuses were guaranteed regardless of how the game performed. Okay? There's a reason for this. There's a very, very logical reason for this. Because they knew it wasn't the devs' decision to push this game out early, it was theirs. They knew it was going to get bad reviews. They expected it. So that was at least employer friendly. It's just like, we're not going to make our devs suffer who worked their fucking asses off to make this game because we, decided to push it out early. But they simply weren't willing to wait an additional month and a half. I hate to say this, but and this backlash is absolutely going to hurt them. And they had to have known that, and yet they still took the Bethesda route, which is, well, fuck it. It may be broken at launch, but we can fix it later. Which is retarded. It is absolutely asinine. Okay? A broken, buggy game, a delayed game can be good, but a broken, buggy game is always going to be bad. People are always going to remember that you did that you released an unfinished, broken game instead of waiting, especially after all the hype. And I have never, ever, ever seen hype for a game of this level, and I simply didn't understand it. I'm like, why? What about this game is so captivating that people are this excited for it? I didn't get it. It's just like, okay, I get the Witcher series, and the Witcher series is good. I wouldn't call it the greatest story ever told. So why are people so hyped for it? I didn't understand it. And now all those people who got hyped up, basically, in my opinion, they got nut shot. They got nut shot. And now they're bitter, angry, and they want their fucking money back. And they deserve to have it. Sony, give them their fucking money back. Just give it back. Once the game is fixed, you'll probably get them to rebuy it. Who knows? But give them their money back. For the love of God, give them their money back. Alright. With that out of the way, I've rated it. I've showed it off. I want to show you. I do want to show off. Look at this. Look at this motherfucker. There are a lot of, in my opinion, meaningless side quests. They're just everywhere. This was got during a side quest. Don't skip them. I know they're time consuming. I know they're boring. I know they're repetitive. I know they're predictable. But this is more like a looter shooter than an RPG. It's got a lot of RPG aspects to it. Just like classic WoW used to have. Alright? The more you used a weapon, the more skill you got with said weapon. Now, in this case, the more I use shotguns, the more skill points I get to earn in a certain category of weapons. So I don't actually have to use just shotguns. It's shotguns. There's like a three weapon category. For each each weapon category has like 3 different weapons in it. So you use one weapon from each of those categories, and you can level up points in all those categories, and then use them to get better and better. Which is and it's got that. So it's good. It's a good RPG function. I still wouldn't classify this as an RPG. I would classify this as an action adventure looter shooter. But this was got during a side quest. Don't skip them. In fact, I would go out of my way to do as many as you can first, because there is loot to be had, and it will make the story easier, especially if you're on a harder difficulty. Now, I always play on medium. I never play on easy, and I only play on hard after I've beaten it on medium. If it's really, really hard on medium, then I'll work my way up to it. I'll start on easy, beat it, try medium, then it gradually go up, like I did with Rage. I started on easy, then I beat medium, bam, 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 and all the way up Ultra Nightmare. I beat an Ultra Nightmare too. That was back when I had a Xbox 360. But you can get weapons, gear, and all this really cool shit. Look at this bitch. Look at this mama. Epic. From a side quest. Side quests are important. They may not do a lot of story advancements, but they're worth doing. They're worth doing. They're worth getting gear and loot, which is abundant. It's pretty abundant, I think. But I really, really like this game. I definitely give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Certain aspects get certain higher scores. A leveling system, 10 out of 10. That's beautiful. It's perfect. I like it. It's great. There's a lot to it. Obviously, there's 3 different categories for each of these, so there's a lot to it. So there's a lot of content. It's just good. It's a good game if you've got either a really decent PC, a decent, mine's decent. It doesn't run at the greatest, but I can still run it on low without, frame skipping or choppiness. It, runs smooth at 30 frames per second, which I know it sucks. Alright, there's a difference between 30 and 60. I get this. But us poor people, we take what we can get. Alright. Or if you want to play it with maximum fidelity and you got, fastest internet where you're at, get GeForce Now. I'm telling you, man, you cannot go wrong with GeForce Now. You cannot go wrong with GeForce Now. It is beautiful. And there's built-in functions for the GeForce experience and auto recording big moments, big important moments like boss fights. So it is really cool. It's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah. So with that said, though, I will go ahead and stop this and post this up, and appreciate anybody that takes the stop and listen to my review. Catch you later.